How's everybody doing? We excited?
Very much so.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
The enthusiasm is palpable. I love. I am very excited. We had a very interesting start last time. Before I give you my very sort of crunchy recap, we're actually going to get a little bit of insight from some of our characters and how they would recap what happened last time. So I'm going to stop talking here for a moment, and I'm going to turn it over to our beautiful newlyweds, Kit and Kat, and I'd love to hear their rendition of what happened last game.
What a day, love.
It has been the best day. The best day ever.
Who could honestly say that this is their honeymoon? Like, this is our honeymoon.
We deserve this. We do.
And Compe is such a beautiful city.
Yeah, too bad we have to leave it behind.
But that fish market. Ugh. Do you think we could take a vendor or two with us?
Take a vendor?
Yeah, like the fish vendors.
Oh, sure, we'll find some along the way, but
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure they've got good chefs and stuff where we're going, right?
more than likely.
We are.
The most prestigious troupe of entertainment. There's got bound to be good freak.
We're the best of the best. That's why we're chosen.
Absolutely.
Tiffany's here, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected him to be here, but he seems to know, like, everyone.
Maybe that's why he's such a grumpy bro all the time.
But it's weird. He knows everyone. Like, that sweet, what was his name that we met? He liked music. He played music with you. What was his name?
Oh, Bang Bang. Yeah, Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet
boy.
Oh, sweet boy.
What a talent.
But how does he know Tiffany? That's just weird.
We've been related.
No?
Both green.
Maybe that. Maybe. I didn't care for that Dendrick, though.
Kind of an asshole. Definitely an asshole.
He was so rude to Bang Bang. Bang Bang was being helpful.
And again,
He linked him. He led us to where we were supposed to go. Brought us to the center, and
maybe we should hire him and they join the band. Get out of this place. What it is? I don't know.
well, we, did the thing at the end. That's kind of contracted to be here.
Is she right?
If there's any leaving this place anytime soon, darling.
Well, don't make it sound creepy, though, love.
Oh, I mean, we did a soul contract.
Oh, yeah. What do you think that actually means? I didn't read it.
I think it means we're usually soul contract sounds like we're bound to here.
How's that work if I already gave that to you?
Well,
So do you still have...
I do.
You have mine?
No, I didn't give you. No.
How's it put up?
Did we give each other souls?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I could have asked for nothing more in that entire day. I don't think I was wholly prepared for every single one of you to just adopt Bang Bang.
It's precious cute, though.
I so dearly hope that I have no plans for him. No, last game was amazing. I think that was a great recap. Everybody arrived at the capital city of Comfe, and you arrived at different places, got to meet some different people before all coming together for the collection ceremony for the next year in Momentum. Just as our beautiful newlyweds said, you did each create a soul bond, a soul contract with Momentum and the leader Smoke. What that soul contract means, for those of us who did not read the fine print, it means that for the next year, you are contracted and bound to Momentum. Now, that does not mean you cannot leave. It just means that if you do go off and do things, you have to return at least once a month to the holdfast of Momentum. It also means that you are contracted to travel with them for the next year. Anything that you discover come up with in your niche and your specialty becomes open forum to Momentum, but in the same way, everything within Momentum is open forum to you as well. So all those wonderful ideas, all those innovative people, all those connections, and all of the touring that you're going to do for the next year of your life is mutually exclusive to Momentum. Now, at the end there, one thing that we didn't hear from our newlyweds, probably because they were still so dashed away from the fireworks between themselves, was that end explosion. There was a huge, loud explosion from the forest path towards where the actual stronghold of Momentum is. To give a little insight to you guys, Momentum is a traveling community. You're going to get a little bit more information in this game, but it is a community. It travels. It's a bit like a combination of a carnival and a world fair, and they go to set cities and set places throughout a yearly rotation. They don't always go to the same places, but they do tend to hit a lot of the same cities, and they do performances and offer up their ideas and their innovations, again, very similarly to a World's Fair. Now, when this went off at the end of last game, this explosion, most of the inner circle, those people that you guys got to meet beforehand, we talked about Dendrick, the dwarf bard who was oh so mean to our giant friend Bang Bang, probably because Bang Bang is his ward. He seems a little frustrated with that. Maybe we'll learn more about that later. We also met our fairy companion Hyssop, who spoke with the good doctor for quite a bit about different healing techniques and things. You guys also got to meet Agni, the Emberkin seraph, who's known to be chosen by multiple gods and who actually enacted the soul contract for you. You briefly got to interact with Indigo and Gearshaft, who are the Clank and Simia security and biomechanical menagerie. We'll get a little bit more into that because we're going to get to speak with Gearshaft this game. And Smoke, the Infernus leader of Momentum. You guys all kind of got to interact with them in different ways right before that explosion, where most of the inner circle headed off ahead of you guys. You were left to finish up the festival, say your goodbyes, finish whatever you needed, and then you were left with Indigo and Gearshaft. We're going to escort you guys back to the stronghold. And that's where we're going to turn the mic back over to you guys. And I'm going to say it's been about a couple hours since our last game. You guys have gotten to enjoy the end of the festival, go to any of the vendors that you wanted, pick up any supplies before you start on the journey. It's a couple hours journey from Comfey up the forest path into the deep forest where the stronghold has been settled for the next couple of days. So you guys are now on that forest path together. Let's start at the opposite end of the table, because I do so dearly love picking on you. Jason, let's start this. Where do you think Tibbity would be? It's a smaller troop, obviously. You've got Indigo and Gearshaft from the Inner Circle, a couple workers from Momentum, and then all four of you, and Bang Bang and Harkin, the other initiates. Where in this group maybe do you feel like Tibbity would be?
I'd probably be, at least initially, sticking around Bang Bang just because baby boy.
I'm just imagining the absolute hysterical idea of this like 7-foot tall giant next to this, not diminutive, but as a Galapa, you're probably only like 5.5, 6, somewhere in that range at most. And so you've got this like 7.5 giant man with reverse tap shoes, bells all over him, an ocarina earring, and just like you holding his hand and walking through the forest path is a great picture.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he's going to be pointing things out to you, just, turtle friend, burb.
Yes, that is a bird. Do you know what kind of bird it is?
Blue.
Very good, Bang Bang.
Yay. Where, let's pick on the good doctor here. Where do you feel like our doctor would be in this sort of small troop?
Linus is probably somewhere towards the back. His little legs doesn't keep up as well, especially in his olden age with a lot of these other more athletic types. But he is sort of keeping to himself, making sure that his bag is close by him, and he's really just trying to get a bead on everyone else, seeing how the inner party dynamics work.
Sure. Would you particularly be paying attention to Gearshaft and Indigo at this point then, since they're sort of the two inner circle members leading you guys?
Yes, like whoever is probably either the closest or the one that seems to be the most in charge, I think is the one that my gaze keeps falling on.
Gotcha. Well, with that, I can happily open us with one of the first rolls of the game. So let me double check, because, with Daggerheart, for all of my beautiful listeners, we don't have our normal stats. We have different names for them, and I need to remind myself which ones. I think it's Insight, but my ADHD brain doesn't always like that. So, Instinct. Thank you, my love. Yes. Go ahead and roll me an Instinct. If you have any experiences or anything you feel like you wanted to spend to use, please feel free to holler at me.
On Instinct. I think with this one, he's probably being casual enough to where it's not looking too hard. So,
Sure.
Is a 10 with fear.
Okay. Well, lucky for you, I didn't need the fear or the hope this time, so I don't bank anymore. I can't get greedy now. I ended last game with 7 fear and didn't do anything, so I digress. Tell me the number one more time, because I promised I was paying attention. But 10, perfect. So as you guys are making your way down the forest path, Indigo is a dark purple simia. She is walking with a bit of a limp. You've heard some rumors that there was an accident that happened 5 or 6 years ago. She did used to perform in Momentum. And then after the accident, obviously she couldn't any further. So now she's sort of like the catch-all stage manager, security, sort of like behind the scenes. She's up towards the front. She is occasionally swinging. Her injury's at her leg, so it actually helps alleviate a little bit if she swings a little bit. And then Gearshaft, our very large clank, he's made mostly out of polished bronze, except for his left arm, which is entirely made of, I'm going into my Percy Jackson days, but celestial gold is not a thing in this world, but very like varnished gold, very large and imposing. He's got sort of like double smartphone eyes that sort of like expand and go out and they rotate. He's at the rear. What you do notice on your 10 is that even though they're at opposite ends of the troop, Gearshaft, one of his eyes, one of his lenses, never strays from Indigo. It's always on her.
Am I close enough to Indigo to where I could maybe walk up to her?
She's at the front,
Okay.
so you'd be closer to where Gearshaft is, but I, as your benevolent force of nature, will throw you a bit of a bone here. And you made a friend last game. And so as you're kind of paddling along, you hear the telltale crunch of some wheels. And you kind of look up and you see Harkin, the very pretty Infernus that you met last time, who you found out later is a warlock dedicated to Sordidus, the goddess of petty and revenge, which is really fun since she was a lovely individual, very sweet, very soft-spoken, and she is in an arcane wheelchair, and she's rolling up next to you, and she goes, "Oh, doctor, would you like to put your bag on the back of my chair? It might alleviate some of the travel, if you don't mind."
Oh, Harkin, it would be amazing. Thank you so much. Put my bag on there. Oh, can I maybe ask you for one smaller, well, actually bigger favor, if I could?
Yeah, absolutely. You helped me astonishingly in Comfey. I wouldn't have been able to get over the wooded sort of rope bridges without your magic. I'm happy to return the favor.
Oh, it's not really magic. It's more of a conversation, but I do appreciate the thanks. Is there any way you could maybe give me a lift to that, nice simian lady up there at the front? Yeah, I think I might have something for her.
Oh, Indigo. Yeah, absolutely. Here. And she's going to kind of hold her hand out. And with her other hand, you see her pressing some buttons along the side of her chair. And if you've ever seen those like backpacks that parents have for kids in parades where like the little things come out and they can like stand on it, she's basically going to like make that come out the back of her chair and be holding out her hand to kind of like boost you up.
Fantastic. Yeah, my little legs get up on to this platform-esque type thing on the back and ride with her.
Absolutely. And in pretty quick succession, she gets you up there. And she sort of like goes a little bit ahead the front of the party and then kind of stops and lets you hop off. So that way you can kind of like double back. And she's like, yeah, it's a much less of a battle with the arcane wheels here on the forest floor than it is on water.
Right. But one good turn deserves another, and I guess you paid in kind, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Doctor. You're more than welcome to leave your bag on the back for the rest of the journey. I know it's a bit heavy with all of your equipment, and I promise to return it to you upon arrival.
It is. Yes, thank you. I do need to get one thing, rummage through it and grab this little canister that has this little ointment in it.
Sure.
And I'm going to sort of toddle up to Indigo, trying to get her attention. Excuse me. Excuse me.
And you're going to catch her probably like mid yelling at, not yelling, but like calling out to a couple of the other Momentum workers. And she's going, "Oi, I told you to stop." Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. What can I do for you?
No, I appreciate it. Hi, hello, Dr. Linus Hiddens. I'm one of the newer members. Not so much what you can do for me, young lady, but maybe what I can do for you. I saw that you had, what we call in the medical profession, a hitch in your giddy up. So I, thought I'd, give you this. It won't help obviously with the actual physical ailment, but it'll help with the pain that you probably, I'm assuming, feel sometimes.
As you say this to her, an immediate reaction as soon as you like kind of bring up her injury is you see her like her shoulder curl in like very defensively, and she almost like shifts her body like her injured leg away, like she wants you to not pay attention to it. As a doctor, you've seen this enough to know that as a freebie kind of insight, she's probably a little ashamed of it because she's got things to do. She's less capable. But then as you kind of go on to talk, she relaxes a little bit and her shoulders kind of pull back and she just holds out her hand for it. And she tells you, she's like, "Thank you, doctor. Yes, I remember Agni telling me about your invitation. We were very excited to have you come aboard." And she's going to pause and kind of look over her shoulder. And the two workers, younger, probably teenagers, who were like stick battling, essentially, have seen her turn away and they're doing it again. And she like in the same phrasing whips. And it's just like, "Oi, I just said stop it or I'm putting you on latrine duties when we get back." And both of them just like straight at attention. And then she turns back to you and her voice softens again. And I appreciate the gesture. Yes, it has been ailing me a little bit. Anytime we're closer to the coast, the moisture tends to seep into the muscle.
Yes, I get the same thing, actually. So I just wanted to make sure that you got that. Try not to use it too often, once or twice a day, and especially the closer you get to moisture, and sure that the better it will be for you. Please don't let me keep you from yelling at teenagers. It's always a great pastime of mine.
And she actually gives you a smile and a genuine little bit of a laugh. The thing you notice about Indigo, and again, this is sort of a freebie. I know you've told me you're a theater kid. She gives stage manager vibes. Like the whip back and forth between yelling very firm, "I'm in charge," to then like giving you her full attention, having that sort of soft spoken. Like, it's a very fine edge, but she encompasses it very much so. I'm going to say at this point, as she's laughing and thanking you, our beautiful newlyweds. I'm imagining, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm imagining you guys would probably be somewhere towards the middle, probably reveling in the people, probably just kind of like enjoying your honeymoon. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. I'd love to hear where they would be.
We probably started in the middle, but like as we're kind of like off in our own world, watching the people, and
Also, it is our honeymoon, and we're going to go planned on finishing the festivities with our own festivities.
Ooh.
we're just kind of walking slowly, looking around, tails curling around each other. Kat's kind of trying to keep an eye on the good doctor now that she's noticed that he's here, because he's a familiar
Right.
person, and she's worried with this place, if her seizures start up again, that she wants that person close to her. And then, of course, keeping an eye on Bang Bang and Activity, but mostly paying attention to Cats.
As you guys start in the middle and sort of, you get to see Harkin assist the good doctor, give him a lift, so to speak, up to Indigo. You get to sort of see the tail end of that. But this is about the point that you guys have kind of started to like wander off. Like you found some herbs that aren't from your region that you've read about, but
We went and got our favorite fish and chips stuff. Take along with us for all your haul.
Fresh market.
And some
As many handfuls as we can get worth.
these herbs will go perfect with that too. And habits and so on.
I'll just throw the herbs right on top of the fresh, the dead fish.
Much to teach you, but
as you guys are kind of having this conversation, and again, you're sort of weaving back towards the rear of the crowd now, both of you go ahead and give me an instinct check.
9 with fear.
And I won't bank that right now because I don't need it. I am once again a benevolent god most of the time. So you guys collectively, I'll say, because I'll make that sort of a group since you guys are sort of intertwined at this point. As you guys are finishing up the herbs and the kind of wandering, you've reached sort of the back of the grouping. And as you do, you notice that you've kind of come right up in line with Gearshaft. Gearshaft is a bit imposing. Again, probably standing at about 9 feet tall. Very wide, barrel-chested clank. Arms that have those sort of like linked in joints so that the entire arm is very like flexible if it wanted to, but can also like turn rigid and strong. Polished bronze except for that one side, his arm. And as you guys kind of fall back into step, seeing him, realizing that you're going to kind of be like left behind if you don't, you notice that where before one of his lenses was kind of trained on Indigo the entire time, his full attention is on the doctor and on Indigo right now, in like the tail end of their interaction. Whereas before, even you guys noticed he was like scoping like he was supposed to, he was like guarding, but now like his full attention is on this interaction.
I suppose that's bad.
Would we know his name?
You guys do know all of the names of the inner circle. You knew that before entering Momentum, so yes.
Gearshaft, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Kat, and this is Kit. Oh, do you know the doctor? You seem to be paying quite a bit of attention to him.
And you hear that sort of like mechanism gear shifting noise, the like in the neck joints as he kind of like tilts his head a little bit one way and then back. I am to know all new initiates to Momentum. While I do not invite them as Agni, it is in my best interest to know them. Although if you mean on a personal level, no, I do not know the doctor.
And I didn't know the issue within is.
What?
Easy Crickens' neck, did you hear?
I did hear that.
And oily.
Maybe the doctor can help you.
That is unnecessary. I am self-maintainancing.
I've tried that before.
myself. It doesn't necessarily go the way you think it's going to go.
He does another one of those like cricks back and forth. This is an interesting conversation, but we must continue forward to the stronghold of momentum.
Yeah. Okay, now we still have any of
That oil, if we can. We always get more.
Yeah, could try it. You're not off it, no? I think it's in my bag. Just...
Not to ruin.
Wheel out some baby oil-esque oil.
Not to ruin the honeymoon plans, obviously. Yeah, and describe to me, how do you want to go about either offering or assisting this?
I'm handing it to Madame.
Here, my friend, try this out. This works wonders on my greedy joints.
And he's going to, I'm going to try and describe this the best way I can, because here's the problem is I loosely based Gearshaft off of the robots from Castle of the Sky. So all I can imagine is the part where like they go to hand Gita the flower, but it's like in reverse.
Well, let me help with this a little bit. So the model itself is barely any left. This is just our what we have left. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the bottle is super slippery, like the labels like peeling off because of the orbitals.
I love it. Yeah. You know what? Give me a presence roll.
can I use Curious Observer?
Yeah, absolutely. Spend trope. Use your experience. For any of us listening who haven't played Daggerheart, each of our characters has a couple different experiences. They are unique to each player. They are named specifically for their character and their backstory. And you can spend those experiences to add extra points to your rolls.
That is 10 with hope.
Love that. Mark back your free hope. I'm also going to say in this instance, that homebrew experience that I gave you, which was Empathetic Performer, which, if I remember correctly, was a +2, but only if I tell you or if you ask in certain scenarios. So you're going to be able to add that 2 here if you'd like to.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So it would make it a 12 with hope.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still down one. Or is that a freebie?
No, it's a freebie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a little homebrew that we'll get to experience and deal with throughout the game. Dun dun dun. Yeah, so you go to hand it, and on a 12, you guys are it's gonna kind of slip just a little bit, and you're gonna manage to kind of like lightly sink your claws into it to keep it in place.
Yeah.
And then put it in Gearshaft's hand, and he's gonna kind of hold it there for a second, and you're gonna see his 2 again smartphone camera lenses kind of twisting on opposite ways, and then focus in on it, and then back, and then he's going to. This is primarily used for organic, and he's gonna pause, and you can see the lights going he's looking for the right word. Procreation tactics. I believe that it will be inappropriate to apply to my gears.
It's all natural.
Incorrect specifications.
Okay. I think it would be fine. Yeah, blame the cat for trying.
You'll take it back from
Yeah,
him.
he says, I appreciate your sentiment. And then he's gonna keep walking.
Yeah. What's in that money? We got enough fish. We can probably get this somewhere, maybe.
We should probably keep up with him at least. I think he's
Yeah, that's one.
he's the end.
7, right?
Yeah, I think he's important.
Tibbity, my dear.
Yes.
As you and Bang Bang have been traveling, you've been kind of playing this game when you're escorting a toddler places. In that you'll get really excited and get to the front, and then notice a bird, and then you're in the middle, and then pick a flower, and he's in the back, and then realize he's in the back and get really excited and get back to the front. And this is sort of the dog and pony that we're playing right now. And in that moment where he's sort of he's found some really pretty rocks, and he's sort of stacking them up on the side of the road. He looks up, he kind of sees Gearshaft just lightly pass by you guys, and he goes, Pretty Kitty and Kitty Cat and point.
Yes, they are. We should probably keep up with them.
Friends, no loose friends.
Exactly.
And so you guys hear the unmistakable noise of Bang Bang, his reverse tap dance, the tip, 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 the dings as he walks, and his Pretty Kitty and Kit Kat.
Bang bang. How are you, dear?
Turtle friend, show me rock, bluebird, feather from bluebird. We found flower. I put flower on turtle. He no like that. So then I put in beard, and you see now he's got some like daisies like in his beard, basically.
Lovely.
Great color on you too, friend.
Aw. And he's gonna take two of them and like hand them out to you guys, just like friend.
Thank you. And she's gonna tuck it like right in her ear. Like, so it's just. We matched, don't we?
It's like, no, it is the proper day, I suppose. Yeah, thank you, Bang Bang.
Yes, happy for friend. He's gonna kind of clap, and all the bells go ding, ding, ding. Yeah, you guys head your way through the forest. I'm gonna say you journey for about another hour. You left probably late afternoon, so it is getting closer to dusk. It's not nighttime yet. It's not even sunset yet, but it's just getting later in the day. You're starting to get that really late afternoon, and you guys come up on a clearing. In the clearing, there's no tents. There's no buildings. There's no anything you see. But what you do see, and what Indigo sort of like sidles up to at the front of the party, is this colorful stone archway that is on sort of a wooden platform. The stones are of different makes. Some look natural, some look maybe carved out of something. And it's pretty big. It's a good like 10 feet by 10 feet. Like imagine like our Ender Gate in Minecraft, like a really big one. And again, it's on this platform that looks like the platform itself could be moved. And she's going to kind of go up to the side, and she's going to press her palm against one of the stones, and there's going to be just the lightest of ripples along the front of the arch itself. And then she's going to turn and address everybody in that louder sort of stage manager voice, and she's going to do one more of those. Oi, everyone listen! And once everyone kind of settles in around the arch, this is...
Bang. Shh.
Oh, shh, turtle, shh. He's like, tink, 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 clip, 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 tink, 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 shh. You do notice that at that, Indigo is kind of like the side of her mouth, like trying not to smile. You see like just a little bit of a smirk. She goes, this is the entry archway to Momentum. Now for our newbies, so everyone's aware, Momentum is a traveling community, but it is condensed and contained in its own pocket dimension. What this means is that there's only one way in and one way out. This is protected. We leave someone standing sentry in here at all times. She actually gestures over to one of the workers who's already taking up residence on the side of the arch. This is also how we travel. This is how we get the largeness that is Momentum everywhere. Once you have entered in, we will go over your rooming assignments. We'll go over a map of the internal location, as well as our next steps for moving. Does anyone have any questions besides the obvious? All right.
Will we craft dinner?
She kind of looks confused, and yes, when we're not doing show days, we have communal dinner in the dining hall. It will be marked on your maps. During show days, breakfast is provided, and then you are responsible for anything after that. Okay. And she's going to allow you guys to go in through the portal. Now, very important, as everybody enters through the portal, I need either a strength or a presence roll. I will be nice and let you choose which one, but I need either a strength or a presence. I don't care about the fear or the hope. I just need 8 or better.
I rolled a crit.
Bless.
Nice.
And just as a reminder, everybody, double numbers are crits.
People follow.
Oh.
16 plus 1's 17.
So got a 18.
I got 3.
Oh dear.
Okay. We can play this 2 ways. I'll be very kind. Because 2 of your companions rolled double what I needed, and 1 of your companions rolled a crit. So, what I'll tell you is that transporting through the main archway, the main portal, for the first time is a little bit of a head trip. It's sort of like going on a roller coaster after never being on a roller coaster before, or like doing a drop roller coaster after not being on one for like 10 years.
The mushroom guy's going on a trip.
Yeah, something like that. It's more so like a vertigo. Like, the fail here would normally be like either you puke or you fall over. You are more than welcome to take that failure if you'd like, and you can narrate that for me. Or if you and one of your companions can come up with a way that maybe they could assist the good doctor, I would absolutely allow that here based on how well everybody rolled.
Kat would definitely be still clocking him. So as we go through the portal, she notices that he's kind of starting to be, she's going to like throw her tail around your waist. Doc, are you okay?
I get caught. I look up. I go, oh, what a fit.
You got a little wobbly there.
I didn't. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dr. Vinus Hiddings, and your name would be,
Kat. I was Kat Salmon when you met me originally. I'm now Kat Bar.
Yes,
Husband Kit.
Yes, nice to meet you, Kit. What cat bar?
You know my parents, Sam and Sam.
I did. I didn't want to say anything. Of course, you were much younger then. So was I, of course. But yes, it still is pretty as ever. Tell me, how are your parents?
They're good. They're good. Still, fencing birds. Yep.
Are they? Well, I do appreciate the help. And it was a pleasure meeting you. Yes, of course. And I would hope that we meet up sometimes. Maybe have one of those, what did you call it? A craft dinner?
Yes, they were great, but they're usually exclusive. Maybe you just have to set up with our people. We can maybe meet up sometime for us. 101 craft dinners are usually in the green rooms for us before we go on stage.
Okay.
Unbothered. I love it. And then Kit with that crit. So entering to Momentum, again, as Indigo explained to you, Momentum is within its own pocket dimension. This is very in-depth magic. This is very old magic. This is something that only masters of magic can accomplish. Now, Kit knows a little bit about magic. His is a little bit different. His is a little more performance-based. On your crit, entering upon Momentum and feeling this sort of old world magic, this very deep, intricate magic, something in Kit's appearance sort of just attunes to Momentum and brightens or smooths out. What do you feel? And I'm going to give you a little autonomy here. What do you feel maybe would sort of spark by this magic kind of speaking to him?
I feel like colors are more vibrant. Everything just comes alive. Whether it's at night, whether it's during the day, when the music or when the magic starts, when I get that magical feeling, like the cat vision kind of kicks it, and everything just becomes vibrant and very vivid.
Do you actually see music notes when you?
Not necessarily music notes, but
hitting that stage over there.
the color of this image.
Yeah. I love it. Remind me, what color are Kit's eyes?
Kit's eyes are bright yellow.
Gotcha. So I'm going to say that when this happens, and like you said, that cat vision kind of kicks in, anyone who's ever seen a cat like caught in sort of like lighting, like you get those sort of like reflectives that are almost a little unnerving, but like very pretty. That's kind of what happens in this moment. Like you, again, the magic is like speaking to you in the same way that it is like putting out what it's doing. And
Right. But also, like when I start noticing it, what you would see me is the ears kind of turn back and go down a little bit, and my pupils go like a laser focused on everything.
It's like a Christmas tree.
Yes, and he wants to jump on all of it. So I'm gonna say your wife notices that probably right away. The doctor probably would not have. He was kind of like thrown off and then kept walking. I'm gonna say Tibity, you were helping Bang Bang. He did not fail. He's entered into Momentum before, but he sort of like, he kind of grabbed your hand and was like, bad belly.
Oh. Does that happen to you often?
Yucky magic.
Oh, yeah, I know it can mess with your head a little bit. I wonder if we might be able to find some sort of medicine that might be able to help with that.
I'm gonna give that as freebie to you, Doctor. You definitely hear the word medicine as you're walking out.
Head turns around. I'm sorry, did someone ask for medicine?
Oh, Bang Bang here is just kind of doesn't feel great every time he has to go through the magic portal.
Oh, hello, Bang Bang. You can call me Doctor. Do you mind just bending down towards my level a bit?
Bang Bang is going to very unironically basically drop down like a toddler, crisscross applesauce, and but you're gonna feel it like the tone.
That's fun. All right.
I study the good doctor.
Thank you. All right, follow my finger with your eyes, will you?
Okay.
And I, kind of once over, make sure he's all right. I go, oh, all right, just a little bit of, well, we're not on the water, but I would call it seasickness if we were. Give me 1 second.
Harkin comes up behind you as she's comes through and she's like, oh, doctor, I was just about to return this.
Thank you so much. I was just looking for that. How fortuitous. Grab my bag, open it up, dig around a little bit. Maybe like half of my body goes into the bag. And then I come out with this little like lozenge. And I give it to him. I go, I did my best. It's dipped in honey. So it'll be sweet at first, but a little bit bitter. I'm gonna suck on that for a little while. Your tummy should feel much better.
And Bang Bang's gonna take this, and I'm assuming it's like smaller, so he's like, it's like a normal person like picking up a piece of rice, kind of like.
Remember, Bang Bang, don't chew it, don't just swallow it. You gotta keep it in your mouth for a while until it disappears.
Turtle tail not swallow. Turtle tail not. Thank you, doctor.
My pleasure. Yes. Yeah. Don't like you said. Don't swallow. Just suck on it for a while.
Candy?
Yes.
Oh, candy. Oh, nice, doctor friend.
Yes.
Doctor friend. Doctor no give shots.
Well, not right now. Anyway, no.
He takes like a very short scooch back. Like not a big one, but sort of like a doctor sort of friend.
Yeah, we'll say so for now.
He sticks the lozenge in his mouth, and you see him kind of relax. He's like, oh, okay.
For it to turn bitter.
As you guys are entering, so once you kind of get over this like immediate, and it's very much going to feel almost like someone dumped like a bucket of water over you. It's that sort of like sensation coming through. You walked through a magical barrier. So again, it does feel like almost the water sort of washes over you. And you guys get your first visage of momentum. When you step into the pocket dimension, it mirrors the weather and the time outside a little bit, but it's almost like looking through a frosted window. You can see it, but only if you really focus on it. Otherwise, everything kind of outside of the actual buildings and things that you're now seeing have that sort of blurred effect. Very similar again to looking through a frosted window, or like if you're using your camera on your phone and you're trying to focus on something and everything else kind of blurs away. It's that sort of idea. The entirety of Momentum is set up as a circle. It's set up to mirror the 9-pointed star of the different domains. Now, this is not in a religious way that some places are. Set up very much like a wheel or a clock. Again, this is sort of what you guys are looking at to describe for our listeners, as you are not here with us, unfortunately, sadly. It is a mirror of the 9-point star from the domains of Direheart itself, but also of the world that you guys live in. Each sort of wedge or wheel spoke is a different area. The reason they set it up this way is so that most of the innovations, most of the performances, most of the showings of all of these things are sectioned off so that people, if they only have a day to come to Momentum, they know where to go. Or if they are only interested in a certain specialty, they know which area to go to. Within each of these sections, there is a set of dormitory houses as well as a dining hall. So think in the grand scheme of things, this is a very expansive area. We're looking at like each of these wedges is pretty much like its own football field, with a central area that you see an amphitheater, a smaller one, that performances and the big stage shows happen. And then behind that, a large marbled building, which is home to the inner circle. Only the inner circle are allowed here, and sometimes they will invite initiates or members for a short amount of time, but most of the time, that inner area is only for the inner circle. They do often recommend that you stay within sort of your clock wedge of domain. So like if, you're a performer, you'd be like with Splendor or Valor or something like that, et cetera, et cetera. But there's no actual like rules. You guys can kind of decide where you want to hole up and center up. But you guys are entering towards the top of this, again, this sort of clock wheel, wagon wheel, and it is beautiful. You see buildings of different heights. You see decorations from different regions and areas on top of some of these buildings, as far out as you can see to sort of that center area before your vision just gives out because it is so far. It's just this booming community. There's people walking around. There's a sense of like urgency in the air of like people moving around and doing things. And it just feels electric and happy and hopeful. You guys are stepping in to a place that not many people are welcomed. So I'd like to take a minute and kind of hear what each of you is feeling. I want to know, seeing this beautiful sight, seeing all of these buildings and feeling this hopefulness, this energy in the air, what are our characters feeling in this moment at the sort of precipice of greatness?
If I may go first.
Absolutely.
As we take a look at this place, this is all its grand scenery and this vibrancy of it. I look over at Kat and I give her a wink and a shit-eating half grin, and I reach into that pouch that I keep on my side and I pull out a ukulele and I start clawing it as we walk.
I love that.
She kind of curls her tail around and she's looking around and like, that newlywed air around us. Like, this is the life that we could have together. Like, this is beautiful. And there's just so many possibilities. It feels really overwhelming, but like really exciting. Like, this is, because at home, like we could have had a decent life. But there were things I knew my parents didn't want us to be together. I knew they were going to be okay, but I knew it wasn't going to be like happy. This feels happy and warm and welcoming. And I feel like she's excited. Like, this is a fresh, like, real start for them in their lives together.
And before we jump to the others, Kat, if you would pause for me for a second. And if you would actually give me a presence roll. Don't need fear or hope, but just need a presence roll.
Crit.
Oh, I love that for you. I love that so much.
Broken-hearted crits. Never battle.
I love double one. That makes me happy. So, similarly to when Kit came through the barrier and like that magic spoke to him. as soon as you got through the barrier and you entered Momentum and you felt again that just underlying energy, the hopefulness, the movement, just the spirit of innovation, like all of these things that you guys know and are now seeing in action, something inside of you sort of thrums in a way that you don't remember feeling except for maybe 2 other times. Once when the first time you cast magic, like it was just an innate core thing. And the second, when you met your husband, just this rightness settles into your chest. Not to throw that off at all, but over to my other 2. Again, you guys have been described this beautiful, sort of bustling community. What are you guys feeling?
Tibity's probably feeling a bit in awe. He was aware of, this organization and how far-reaching they can be, but I don't think he realized just how complex and organized and how, overwhelmingly large their core organization would have been. And he was very hesitant about even joining the organization. He's been on a search for quite some time and has just run into dead end after dead end, and finally making the decision to join. He feels a bit better about it because there's so much more resources here that'll be at his disposal to continue that search.
Love that.
And I think the doctor, when he finally gets to see everything, there's this moment when people's legs are apart in front of him and he can see sort of at least the limited amount of the scope of this place.
Bang Bang to give you a hoist.
Yeah. Maybe I asked Bang Bang to lift me up a little bit. I get to see sort of the splendor in front of me and see all of these different civilizations being represented here with, different architectures, like you said, the different ways that they dress, and then seeing some of the more like vaulted ceilings of my home city. I get a little, you can see it on his face, like his demeanor drops, and then he looks over at Kit and Kat and like the way that they're looking at each other, and his hand goes to a chain around his neck and pulls out this necklace, and on it is almost a ring, but one side of it is flat and it's old and it's like a coppery brass, and he just kind of like holds on to it, looking at all of this in front of him, and closes his eyes for a second, and you might see like maybe like a little bit of a tear, a little bit of moisture welling up as he pats Bang Bang to put him down on the ground.
And as you guys sort of gather together a little bit at this entrance, again, you have this big sort of clock wheel wedge sort of map in front of you. It goes down onto an incline to these areas. You guys right now are sort of at the top of a hill looking down. And beside you guys, Bang Bang comes up behind you, sucking on his lozenge, and sort of like hears you playing the ukulele, Kit.
Definitely. I'm in and out of everybody in the group here.
Yeah.
Almost being a nuisance, running around him, kind of getting in their personal space with my uke, and definitely when I get over to Bang Bang, I'll reach in and I'll give him a small, well, to me it's not small, but to him a floor tom, just to keep rhythm.
Oh, I love it. And he'll probably start like tapping his feet with those, again, like reverse tap shoes, and sort of like you get
my friend, take that rhythm for me. They'll keep dancing throughout the work we have here.
Yep. And Harkin comes up to the other side with Tibity and the doctor, and she sort of smiles fondly in that very quiet sort of demure way of hers, and she sort of makes eye contact with the doctor, sort of gives one of those like half nods, and sort of like tilts at the others and gives one of those sort of like, what can you do? Doctor, I'll give you this again because you've interacted with her quite a bit. She does something similar to what you did, where you noticed like a particular area. You kind of see her eyes scan across, and you see them linger a little bit, and you see like I don't want to use the word darkness because it's not like a darkness passes over, but like that sort of like resignation almost. And she kind of like tilts a little bit and gives that quiet little sigh and then sort of looks back over at all of you and the smile comes back. But you recognize that at least a little.
Can I see what area she was looking at when she...
Yeah. Give me do an instinct for me. Tibbity, if you would like to give one, you can try and pick up on this as well because you're on her other side.
And it is a 22 with less ear.
That would be a double 6 crit.
You did make it with a 20, so a 22, pardon me. And then we'll get to you in a second, my love. So you notice that her eyes specifically linger to the farthest that you can really see, like just past the inner circle building and over the top of it to where Valor would be in this sort of wheel wedge setup. And you see her eyes linger with Valor. It's a lot of like harsh architecture. It's very like sturdy, and it's like if I were to put it in a span, this is very like Gothic cathedral, like very sturdy, sort of harsh. And that's where her eyes kind of linger for that second. Tibbity, you notice everything that I just said to the doctor. You notice this about your other companion who you do remember her name from the ceremony. Her name was Harkin. You vaguely remember Bang Bang saying something about her being magic. So, take that for what that is. You notice with your crit that as her eyes linger over that portion of Valor, she reaches in very similar to how the doctor did a minute ago. And she pulls out that locket again with a smooth silver face with a carved S on it. And she rubs her thumb just a couple times over it before tucking it back into her blouse. And when she does that, though, you notice just the lightest of spark on her arcane wheelchair. Not like she's enacting something, but as more of like a reaction.
Right.
So here we are, guys. And I think that's where we're going to go ahead and call this game for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in on the continuance of our adventure with our party. What lies in wait for them in the fields of momentum? What will they find? What sort of homes will they pick? You're going to have to come back next time for all of that information and more. Once again, if you have not joined us on our Discord, look for that link and join up with us. We do a lot of cool games. You might see some spoilers for things here, or get to meet some of the really cool players at the table, as well as yours truly occasionally. Shout out once again to some of our friends doing the same amazing thing that we are. The Dodoborn crew, Queen of Daggers, Tales by Daggerlight, and all of our other amazing roleplays and games in general on the Talking Crit Discord. Keep an eye out for our Miami 86 roleplay to get posting very soon, and a bunch of others on our YouTube of games and other things going on. Until then, I hope to see you at a table real soon, and like always, keep it nerdy.